should be here now coming to speak this afternoon that we are accommodating because of her work schedule. So we will hear from her at this time.
Hi. Before I start, my friend wants to donate his 3 minutes to me.
Okay. I only have you signed up. I apologize. I don't have your friend signed up. I just...
Why don't you talk?
My name is Mark Pilling. I spoke to somebody about...
Okay, you're right, Mr. Pilling. I do have you on the list. I just didn't have you at this time, but I do have you. Okay. Go right ahead, Ms.
Thank you. Good evening. I stand before you as a taxpayer of Broward County and an educator. I just also happen to be an attorney. But I wasn't asked to attend today's meeting because I'm a taxpayer or a teacher. I was contacted by Broward teachers because I am an attorney and they feel that they need legal assistance. In short, some Broward educators feel that the Broward County Public School Board does not have an interest in what they have to say. Worse, these teachers feel that the public segment rules are designed to curtail any and all of their commentaries as they relate to the state of affairs in Broward County Public Schools. You know that this is the sentiment because they have been asking that the rules be changed to no avail. Please know that I was not surprised to receive this phone call because during the summer of 2013, when I stood before this board protesting against the Common Core, I recall stating that once school resumed, I would be precluded from attending the school board meetings because I am working at 12 o'clock in the afternoon, the time that the school board opens the floor to the public. Given the state of affairs of educational matters, it is troubling that a public body such as the Broward County Public School Board, which is funded with taxpayer dollars, would not be willing to accommodate its primary stakeholders, such as teachers, but which also includes students and parents, such that they are able to share their perspectives with the public or the community. Education is, after all, one of the most important services both funded and provided to taxpayers by taxpayers. Why does this board implement policies which they know prevent the stakeholders from speaking out against that which they perceive to be problematic in the school system? The school board is not a private company and the superintendent is not a CEO. Our voice matters. More specifically, this is what I find troubling. Number one, the public segment of the school board meeting takes place at 12, and two, only 10 public speakers are guaranteed an opportunity to speak. One, the public segment of the school board meeting being at 12. At noon during the business day, teachers, parents, and students who would like to address the board on matters of public concern are precluded from doing so because they're either at work or school. Recently, a student who wanted to address this board skipped school to be able to speak here. This should be a loud and clear sign that something is amiss. This board also places teachers in a position where they would have to take the day off work to come and address the very board that makes decisions that impact what happens in their classrooms. This does not make any sense, especially not when analyzed in light of the First Amendment of the United States Constitution. Teachers, students, and parents should be able to address matters of public concern, such as over-testing how this board and or the state fails to adhere to the class size amendment to ensure that classes are not overcrowded, and the assault on teachers' financial welfare for teachers are being driven into poverty. I was told by Dr. Osgood's assistant that the 12 o'clock hour was not an issue because there were other ways that this board made itself accessible to the public. Dr. Osgood's assistant went on to explain that I could, for example, call, email, or meet with school board members. But I told him that I knew better. This was nothing more than lip service, I explained. Yes, I told him that in 2013, I, along with another activist, made not one but two appointments with school board member Donna Korn, only to be stood up not once but 2 times. Yes, just like that, she blew us off. Does the public see this? No, they don't. So I'm afraid that these backroom forums are inappropriate, especially when I know just how easily I was disregarded, made to feel like I didn't matter. In America, by a publicly elected official. Shameful. By the way, Ms. Korn, I finally have a chance to tell you how I feel.
Thank you.
2, only a total of 10 public school boards, only a total of 10 public speakers are guaranteed an opportunity to speak. When the 10 speakers caps is also posing a problem simply because the board cannot have a rule which affords a right to some members of the public, but yet denies it to others. This, by its very nature, is discriminatory. Now, speaking as an attorney, I could stand here and recite the tests by which the courts will assess whether or not these rules are more restrictive than legally permissible, and I know I could make some excellent arguments to show that they are. I can't do that in 6 minutes, however, but the real question is, should I have to do that? I think that the pleas of the taxpayers and the teachers, including students who skip school to speak at the public segment, are better than any constitutional argument I could ever make. You should allow us to speak not because we impose our rights on you, but instead because you are a gracious government that errs on the side of more, not less speech. Embrace it, for there is nothing without the First Amendment. I stand before you today to respectfully request that you afford us the opportunity to address the board not when it's convenient for you to listen to us, but when it's convenient for those who you represent to be able to address you. Please, number one, change the time of the public segment to after business hours, as is done in most school board meetings, to accommodate the majority of taxpayers. And two, do not cap the total number of public speakers at 10. As a lover of liberty, it was also very, very painful for me to hear a teacher tell me, the only reason why they are accommodating you at 5 is because you are an attorney. This is unacceptable. You should not have to be an attorney to be treated fairly and equitably by your own government. We all deserve that same treatment. I hope to see many teachers speaking, not just at the next public school board meeting after 5, but from here on out. I am really respectfully requesting that you abide by the people's wishes. Thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Myrick, can you respond with the policy and how we got where we are? As I think it's important for the public to understand it's certainly not our position or our thought to deny people a right and opportunity to speak. When I came to this board, this